Hey folks, welcome to episode 4 of Tea and Type, your time to chill and make words. I'm MK England. I'm a YA librarian and the author of the forthcoming space opera, The Disasters. It's YA coming from HarperCollins Children's in fall 2018. With me today is my lovely co-host.
Hey everybody, I'm Jamie Paxton. I'm a YA and middle grade writer. As we talked about last week, currently in the query trenches again, but busy writing a new secret project, which is great. Also learning to garden, and we are not alone. Let's see.
Yes, It's exciting. Tonight we have with us a special guest, our 2017 Pitch Wars mentee. Rena, please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Rena Barron. I am a YA writer and very excited to be mentored by MK and Jamie this year for 2017 Pitch Wars.
Woohoo! And we are very excited to be mentoring you. We are very lucky that your book came into our hands and we were instantly excited about it. So I think we're going to have a good time tonight. So you might guess by all of this Pitch Wars chatter, Jamie and I are current Pitch Wars mentors and we were mentees ourselves back in 2015. So if you're not familiar with Pitch Wars at all, there's a link down in the show notes. You can just click on that and read to your heart's content. This Tea and Type is just our little corner of the writing community so that we can all maybe take a step back from the stress of writing and find our chill. So, you know, the mentee Facebook page especially occasionally gets a little bit frenzied. So we wanted to bring Rena in this week to, you know, take on some of the chill as she embarks on her Pitch Wars revising adventure. That's Tea and Type, basically. 15 minutes of chatting about writing things and then focus sprints afterwards so that you can work on whatever you need to work on in our totally chill, judgment-free
no stress, no word counts, atmosphere, indeed. Before we get into Rena's book and our Geek Out session, which we're super excited about, we do this every week. Speaking of geeking out, what are you drinking, ladies? I've got sport tea, again, to stay awake. I should have bourbon, but not yet.
So I figured since we are doing a Geek Out session tonight, I should do another one of my fandom teas from Adagio Teas because I have a million of them. So tonight I am drinking John Watson tea in my comically large mug.
Lovely.
It's delicious. What are you drinking, Rena?
I am not drinking tea. I am drinking my usual tonight.
You brought the wine bottle.
Beautiful. I love it.
The whole bottle, too.
I'm drinking out of the bottle tonight. Excellent. I feel like we should have a specific, like we do Tea and Type, and then one of these nights it's whiskey and type or wine and I mean, yeah. So
I support this idea.
Mix it up a little bit.
All right.
So our topic this week is basically just geeking out with Rena. So we want to talk to her a little bit about her Pitch Wars experience, her book, and just general nerdiness. So Rena, why don't you start out by telling us a little bit about the book that you submitted to Pitch Wars?
Sure. The book I submitted to Pitch Wars is called The Last Witch Doctor. It is a story about a girl who is seemingly powerless, who has to stop her witch doctor family from unleashing a great evil upon the world. And she has to do it by basically giving years of her life away to use magic.
Awesome concept. So
very
good.
Exciting and dramatic, high stakes.
Yeah. Nothing at stake here, just your life or, you know, a demon
just your life or a demon.
Right. That's what we're talking about when we're talking about stakes in your novels, though. Like, this is the sort of like tension that, you know, keeps people reading, and so exciting. All right. So why did you decide to do Pitch Wars?
So I think I decided to do Pitch Wars when I realized that my last round of revisions were kind of leaning towards right when Pitch Wars was starting. And there was so much buzz on Twitter about Pitch Wars. There always is every year. And I started to follow the hashtag and kind of see the community that was being kind of just building up around the excitement for it. And I said, okay, why not? Let me just go for it and see if I can get in.
Surprise, it worked.
Yay, it worked.
I hope you didn't have to give up years of your life for this.
I may have had to. There may be some biographical information in my book.
Oh, no. Okay, well, let's focus on the positive, though. What did you celebrate when you found out you got into Pitch Wars?
So the first thing I did, like right after I got in, is call my husband, of course. And then I called my best friend, Ronnie, who's also a writer, YA, and we went shopping. We went out to dinner afterwards.
What did you buy when you were shopping? Anything exciting?
Well, I don't know if it's exciting, but we bought a lot of makeup.
I mean, if that's exciting to you, then absolutely. Okay, so we read on your Pimp My Bio, which I'm a giant nerd for those things. I know that like some mentors don't even look at them, but I love to look at people's pretty novel aesthetics and like see what they choose to say about themselves. And I love that you chose to call out that you are a total Star Trek geek. That's amazing.
I am totally a Star Trek geek.
I was like, I feel my people through the screen. Like,
I love everything there is to do with Star Trek, from all the original episodes to the later shows. Like, they can do no wrong.
So what are your feelings on the new movies?
I actually love the movies. I've had some friends who are fans who thought the movies just didn't make any sense, but I kind of looked at it as, hey, this is just a new take, reimagined on the old Star Trek, and it has to be updated. It can't be the same, you know, and nor do I want it to be the same. You can't touch the originals, all right? It's a staple.
Yes, I love that point of view. It seems like everybody that I've talked to who is like really super into Star Trek or like was really into the older stuff, just doesn't like the new movies. And everybody who didn't see the older stuff loves the new movies. I was like, you know, I don't know. It's nice to hear a middle ground.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to segue with absolutely no rhyme or reason to our next question, which is your favorite writing snack.
I don't know how they're related, but sure.
They are next to each other on the list.
I don't know, something about triples and make it work. I don't know.
Tribbles, yeah. I like popcorn. I love to like just munch on popcorn, just plain butter popcorn, none of that fancy stuff.
Butter on your keyboard? How?
No, I have a cover on my keyboard, which I replace quite often for that reason.
Damn, I should get a cover for my keyboard. That's like specifically why I don't eat popcorn when I write. I should free myself.
You've changed everything now.
I know. My life.
You never are going to write the same again. All right. Well, I don't know if that goes into oddest writing habit, that you eat popcorn while you type, but what's your oddest writing habit? And then I'll go back to you.
I don't know if this is odd, but I am one of those people who like to write in complete silence. Utter silence.
You two have so much in common. I disagree wholeheartedly with that.
I don't like to write to music because I feel like it distracts me. I want to hear the words in my head. If that makes any sense.
No, it definitely does. Like I don't know, not to be all like that, but like I definitely hear the voices in my head when I'm like trying to write these characters. So I have to be like, everybody shut up so I can listen.
Yeah, so I can listen to the voices in my head.
Yeah. Whereas I totally use music to like evoke a feeling or a tone, or, you know, I mean, I've been listening to the same Angus and Julia Stone songs for the last 3 days because that's where this new book is going, you know? And so like, yeah, that's interesting though. You guys are total silence. Like, all right.
I don't know. All right. So we have to know this about everybody. Absolutely everybody. What is your Hogwarts house?
Ravenclaw.
Yes.
Awesome.
I am also a Ravenclaw. Though all of my friends seem to be Slytherins, so I've been wondering about myself. Am I like secretly like a closet Slytherin? I don't know.
There could be a little percentage there inside you. You might have to admit to that.
Oh, I definitely will. Like I'm a very ambitious Ravenclaw, so I can see the connection. What's your house, Jamie?
There you go. I don't know. I think the sorting house would have said Ravenclaw, but I would have been like Gryffindor, because I tend to do things like jump off building. You know, I mean, like at least before I had children, I was a little bit more foolishly brave than I should have. You know what I mean? Or bravery masquerading as foolishness.
I totally think Gryffindor is overrated, by the way.
I could see you being in Gryffindor though, but I agree. Like, okay, not to get too far off topic, but like the library I work at, I recently had a Camp Half-Blood program. Went spectacularly. It was tons of fun, but we like asked everybody to sort themselves into a cabin. course, everybody wanted to be in Poseidon. And I was like, come on, like let's look at this from the book perspective. Realistically, there should only be like one of you. So anyway.
I mean, okay, I do think it's woeful. Excuse me, Ravenclaws. It is woeful that Ravenclaws didn't get more screen time or more print time in Harry Potter, because by the time we get to the end and, oh, there's the diadem of Raveena or Ravenclaw, it's like, I've read, 3,000 pages and I've missed out on hearing about the fabulous Ravenclaw common room or all these other wonderful things. So part of me, as you can see, my house is decorated in blue. I get it. I'm a spirit. I understand Ravenclaw, but I don't feel like
you got the
overrated.
You got the spark of Gryffindor.
Yeah, I think she does.
All right.
Oh, we have more questions. Yep.
We do.
All right, go
yeah. On. Yeah. So, outside of writing, we sort of focused on writing. What's your favorite hobby that has nothing to do with writing or books?
I would say that would be being active. I like to work out quite a bit. I like to run along the lakefront.
Let me channel some of that. God, I need some of that.
Well, I gotta tell you though, it goes back to writing, because a lot of my revisions happen in my head when I'm running. Yep. Somehow it always goes back to writing.
Oh, that's great though. Like, good for you for actually staying active and taking care of yourself. Like, I'm just sitting here chained to my keyboard. Like, I should get up once in a while. My Fitbit is always yelling
make
at me.
some butter popcorn. That's gonna make you feel better.
Yes, exactly.
Right. Well, all the popcorn I eat, I have to run. Right. It just balances out.
Oh,
I think let's stop there though. Let's go back. That idea of revising in your head. I do a lot of my writing, pre-writing, and revising in my head as well. Maybe not while running, I can go ahead and say that. But maybe while, like, just throughout my day, and as I'm, and suddenly I'm struck by something. I'm like, oh, all right, that's it. I solved that story. I just solved a huge story problem this morning while I was like making coffee at 6:30 in the morning. It's like that, I think, is a very valid part of the writing process. MK and I talk about this all the time, like the things we do and writing rituals. And I am very rarely at my desk, but it can happen all over the place. And I think that's good to know and know that about yourself, So anyways, yeah, well, running along the lakefront is a very great place to revise your books.
All right.
There's a little bit, just really quickly, there's a little bit of a balance though, too, because you can get so far in your head and you're running, and you gotta kind of figure out, like, am I paying attention to my running? Writing in my head?
Yeah, fair. Definitely. Don't get lost. Don't pull anything like that. I'll be bad. Right. So we're going to do lightning round for these last couple. So just like answer as quickly as you can. Let's see. So what were you reading when you were 16, no matter how embarrassing?
Dean Koontz. So adult thrillers.
Wow. Nice. That was all Star Wars novels all the way. All right. So would you want to live through the robot revolution or the zombie apocalypse?
I would say robots if they're Cylons like Battlestar Galactica, because that would be super cool.
I mean, we'll do a Battlestar episode, I think. That's probably a good plan.
Yeah. I'm good for that.
Yeah, we're there for that. All right. Go ahead, MK.
Okay. What is a band that you loved as a teenager that you still listen to?
None, actually. I am not loyal at all. I change music all the time. I can tell you right now, I listen to a lot of 21 Pilots. I feel like their songs are like theme songs to all of my books right now.
All right. Unicorns versus dinosaurs. React.
Unicorns. Because they can fly. They can, right?
Wait, they can fly? No, unicorns can't fly.
No, a Pegasus. So if it's
some of them can.
All right.
Yeah, a really good one.
We will accept that answer.
My Little Pony up in this shit, okay? I will educate y'all about the different kinds of unicorns. Okay.
That's another episode.
That is a whole other episode. Okay. Let's just wrap up. Where can we find you online, Rena, if people want to follow your Pitch Wars journey and, once beyond Pitch Wars when you become a super famous author?
I am on Twitter at Rena the Dreamer.
Lovely.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. And we put that down in the show notes as well. So make sure you go down there and check and follow Rena on Twitter. So a couple of things before we wrap up and get started on our sprints. So Jamie and I, obviously we picked Rena for Pitch Wars, and we adore her and we can't wait to work with her. We do wish we could mentor so many of you, all of you really. So I am teaching a webinar on Wednesday night on developing a revision plan and analyzing your novel. So I'm trying to condense a lot of the advice that I'm going to give Rena into a like 60 to 90 minute webinar, depending on how long I ramble, you know, along with worksheets and everything to give you so that I can give you as much of a push as I can on your revision journey. So if you want to do that, just go to pitchwars.org/webinars and you can register there. Also, thank you to everybody that is subscribed to this channel. We officially hit this week's goal of 50 subscribers. Thank you. Which means we are halfway to our overall goal of 100 subscribers, which lets us have a shiny custom URL instead of like youtube.com/blah, blah, 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 whatever the hell that is. So I am giving away a query and first page critique to one person who helps us spread the word and subscribe to the channel. So check the show notes for the recording of this after the fact, and there will be a link that you can retweet.
Okay, thank you. We always do this. What are we recommending this week? I gotta grab mine. What are y'all reading, watching? What do you recommend this week? Hang on, let me get mine.
Sure. So this week, I don't know, I've been on a really strange reading kick. I just sort of impulse bought a 99-cent book on Audible, and it was Heyman Sunim's, I'm going to screw up this title, Things You Only See When You Slow Down, or something like that. I'll put a link in the show notes. But it's basically a really short book on mindfulness from this monk who basically spreads his wisdom via social media. He does a lot of it on Twitter and on his Facebook page and stuff like that. But like, I am not normally into that stuff, but I really dug this book and I found it extremely helpful in like the goal of T and type, finding my chill a little bit. So it has definitely helped my stress level and my focus over the course of this weekend. So that's
good. Rena?
I need to go grab my book too if you want to start, Jamie. And all
right, I'll start. I'm reading Unmentionable, which is an amazing book about, it's called, subtitled, Victorian Lady's Guide to Sex, Marriage, and Manners. It's hilarious. It will tell you all sorts of things about how you know, it's just basically everything about the 18th or 19th century and how, well, it's debunking, you know, you think of these women in these beautiful gowns at these balls and everyone was miserable and sweaty and smelly and their shoes were covered in filth and they weren't menstruating correctly, but there were lots of men to tell them how to do it better. Very, very funny and a little bit shocking, and I will definitely send you a copy, MK. But yes, I would absolutely read this. I'm reading it for both interest and also research, but it's amazing. So
awesome.
That's my recommendation. Yeah, Rena.
So
how did you get a copy of that? You lucky
I was at LA a month, maybe 2 months ago, and I got a copy of The Bells by Danielle Clayton. Actually, just started to read it. It's gorgeous. It's lovely. The world building, the descriptions, the characterization, just amazing. And I just started, so I don't know the full story, but like it's so intriguing, just like from the opening page. So this is going to be like the rest of my week, just reading this book.
Awesome. I am extremely jealous of that book for you right now. Hey, send it this way.
Okay, I'll send it to you when I'm done.
Yeah, for reals, we'll talk. Yeah, those are our recommendations.
Cool.
Let's see. All right, so go ahead, Meg.
So I think we're pretty much, that's pretty much it for tonight. So if you have any questions for us, you can submit discussion topics or questions via email at ttypewrite@gmail.com. You can also use hashtag AskTandType on Twitter. What are we working on today during sprints? I am going to be working on nonsense stream of consciousness notes about Rena's book into a cohesive edit letter that theoretically will make sense. That's what I'm working on. How about you guys?
I am going to be working on my homework from you. I will be starting that finally.
Excellent.
Awesome. I'm going to redo my website because I haven't touched it in like 6 months and I keep getting visitors and it's woefully behind. So I'm going to do some of that and then maybe write it later. But yeah, so.
That's great. That's important work too.
Absolutely.
Cool. So we will be doing focus sprints over on #TNType until about 10 p.m. Eastern. In fact, they're probably starting right about now because I scheduled those tweets ahead of time. So go over and join us on Twitter. You can follow me at GeektasticLib and Jamie at Jamie Pacton. And you can follow Rena at Rena the Dreamer. So don't forget to subscribe below so you don't miss our next episode, which is going to be next Monday, September the 4th at 9 p.m. Eastern. This has been Tea and Type. Let's go make some words together.